Welcome to our Latin Trails webinar today. We're here to talk to you all about Galapagos early bird rates available now for 2024. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to Marcel Perkins, who is the General Manager at Latin Trails. Marcel, over to you. Welcome.
Hello, Lee. Thank you for this warm welcome. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Good afternoon. And well, here we are again. We are here to share some information about Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. And of course, I'm going to share the early bird rates for 2024. But I'm excited to say that we also have some last minute deals for anybody wanting to travel this summer in the next few months as well. And this is not just on our boats, but on all the boats in Galapagos. And I'm going to actually share over 10 small first and class and luxury yachts that can be booked with promotional rates and of course commissions for the travel agent. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go through this. Just a little bit of updating you on who we are. Latin Trails is a business-to-business company. We've been in business for 20 years, focusing on unique guest experiences, custom itineraries. We have a 24 concierge service that looks after our guests. And we don't only work with Galapagos, but with all of South America. So as an incoming DMC, we offer services in Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. We can customize all itineraries and help your guests enjoy the most of the region. Now, today we're going to talk about Galapagos, but when somebody travels to South America or to Ecuador, they might want to extend a little bit longer and see the rest of the country, which is highly recommendable in terms of Ecuador. And of course, we can help you combine your guest trips with Ecuador and Peru, with adding in Colombia or Bolivia or Chile or Argentina, doing an all around South America tour, all that seamlessly. But I'm going to get a little bit back into Ecuador right now and give you reasons to also tell your guests, that they should visit Ecuador also as part of their trip to the Galapagos Islands. There's some quick facts that are here. Ecuador is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, unique nature, and of course, culture that is adapted to that nature. We have 4 worlds that we say. We have the Galapagos Islands, the Amazon rainforest, the Andean mountain range, and the Pacific coast. 10% of the plants of the world and 17% of bird species of the world are found in Ecuador. The capital is Quito. There's only 17 million people and a surface of 256,000 square kilometers. The currency is the dollar, and there is direct flights from the United States to Ecuador. Now, just a little bit about the regions of Ecuador. You have the Amazon, the Andes, the coast, and between the Andes and the Amazon and the Andes and the coast, we have cloud forests. And an hour and a half away from mainland Ecuador are the Galapagos Islands. Now, as promised, we're going to talk a little bit about the Galapagos, about the booking cruises in the Galapagos, and also doing hotel-based trips in the Galapagos. Now, for those of you who have traveled to the Galapagos, you may know that they're located 600 miles off the coast of Ecuador. This is 900 kilometers approximately. The flights to the Galapagos from mainland Ecuador, from the city of Guayaquil, are 1.5 hours, and they can land either at Baltra Airport or San Cristobal Airport. These are 2 islands in the Galapagos that have an airport that connect with mainland Ecuador. The flight usually starts in Quito. It's a half-hour flight to Guayaquil. There's a half-hour stop for additional guests to board on the plane, and then it's an hour-and-a-half flight to the islands. These are commercial flights. These are 727 or Airbus airplanes, so the commercial flights very comfortable. And there's flights on a daily basis. There's cruise departures on a daily basis as well. Now, cruises in the Galapagos start at 3 nights, 4 days. Then we have 4 nights, 5 days, 5 nights, 6 days, 6 days, 6 nights, 7 days, and 7 night, 8-day itineraries. These cover all the different areas of the archipelago. You can decide on an itinerary based on dates or based on the boat, that is a preference, on guest preferences if they want to see a specific feature of the wildlife of the islands, or if they have a specific amount of time and it matches their budget and the boat is proper. Now, I just want to give a word about that on which itinerary to choose. Well, to be honest, all itineraries in Galapagos are interesting and you have a lot of wildlife to see. On all itineraries, we make sure that you see the giant tortoises. You will see plenty of sea lions, marine iguanas, blue-footed boobies, finches, and of course, on certain islands like Genovesa in the north, which I just got back from last week, you have the red-footed booby and other, which is one of the unique species found there, apart from masked boobies and other bird and wildlife species. Then, of course, you have Española Island, for example. Here you have the waved albatross, and it's the only place in the world where the waved albatross nests. And finally, another rarity is found at Fernandina Island at Espinosa Point, and on the western side of Isabela, you have the flightless cormorant. Now, in certain parts of the western side of the archipelago, you also find penguins. So these are a little bit of things that we can help you choose the itinerary for your guests. Now, let's go onwards to what is the activities on these cruises. Now, a typical day on a cruise in the Galapagos is an early morning wake up. We try to have everybody off the boat around 7:30 a.m., exploring, walking on the islands with a naturalist guide. Activities include wildlife viewing, hiking, visiting historic sites like the Post Office Bay or Zodiac rides to get close to some of the wildlife. There's also snorkeling and sea kayaking. There's plenty of activities. In a typical day, you have a morning hike for about an hour and a half, followed by about 45 minutes snorkeling. You board your yacht again for midday lunch. If you're at an island that has several visitor sites, you'll sail to the next site, which would be about 45 minutes to an hour away at most on the same day. Then in the afternoon, we also have a nature hike, snorkeling, and then we're back on board for our evening lecture and dinner. Now, there is a set schedule on the cruises, but the purpose of this is to actually get you to see most of the wildlife, avoid the midday sun. Now, travel is done at night, so we avoid the movement during the day. And when you're dining in the Galapagos, you're always inside a small bay. The yachts are anchored in locations where there is very little movement at all. So that's one thing to take into account. We always make sure our guests are comfortable. There's on lay stations, there's inside queues, there's all types of delicious food served in the Galapagos with the highest standards. Now, we're going to talk about the early bird rates, but as I mentioned, we're not only going to talk about early bird rates, but I'm going to share some last minute rates as well. Now, for one of the boats that we have early bird rates is the Seaman Journey. This is one of the yachts that we operate ourselves. The Seaman, we're holding 2023 rates for all bookings, 2024 bookings made until the 30th of May this year. And the rates are listed here. Now, I'm going to share this presentation later on, so you can look into it and you can consider all the dates that are, all the promotions that are available. Now, the best way to book this is to contact us, and we will help you find the right yacht for your guests and pair them up with a promotional rate or what the best rate available in that sense. Now, we do have some promotional departures for this year. 2023 still, May, June, August, and October. And we're holding a special rate of $2,386. Now, for travel agents, we do have a commission starting at 10 to 12%, depending on the agency and current partnerships. So we can definitely start out at that. And so these are the initial rates. And one of the things we're doing for 2024 is we're actually, as I said, we're holding this special rate, but we're also including one free transfer, meaning that we'll greet you at the airport in Quito, or Guayaquil, explaining that, and we'll offer one free hotel night in Quito or Guayaquil. In the case of the Seaman Journey, we do have a very special promotion here, and the hotel will be Isla Experience Hotel. I'll share the information about that hotel at the very end, but we'll go onwards. Then this is the infrastructure on board. As I said, I was in Genovesa last week. Well, I was actually on board the Seaman Journey. We were looking at the decoration and different things here. So here's some of the latest photos. The boat is completely up to date. Then we have other promotions on board the CALIPSO, for example. This is also a 16 guest yacht that sails the Galapagos Islands. And we have a 3-night rate starting at $28.45. It also includes a free transfer to free hotel night. And here's some of the rates for actually 2023, which are a little bit lower, and you have some promotions there. And as I said before, I'm gonna share all this information and the presentation with you, so you have all the details. On the Infinity, this is a luxury class yacht. We also have a free transfer, free hotel night for 2024 with the special rates, and we have some promotional rates that are a little bit lower for 2023, and with some dates that are still available. These are 3-night cruises. Now, the Infinity also offers 4- and 7-night cruises as well. And here's some of the infrastructure on board. The Grand Majestic, another beautiful yacht. This one's one of the fastest yachts in the Galapagos. And again, we have the free transfer and the free hotel night available. Rates are starting at $3,045 per person on a 3-night cruise in 2024. But we do have special rates for 2023 that are down to $2,045. These are rack rates, and you can share them with the public. As I said, we're going to share this with you once the presentation is over. Then we have the Natural Paradise. This is another first-class yacht. And here are some of the rates and dates. And as I mentioned, we're going to share the details, but just to mention, most of the boats that we're presenting here have private balconies in each cabin, have a hot tub on the sun deck, and other facilities. The Galapagos Horizon, this is a trimaran. It's a very stable yacht with 3 hulls, and it's a little bit more high-end than the others, so we have the rates are here as well, but we do have some promotional departures, and we hope your guests can take advantage of these. Here are some of the details. So we're still holding, as I mentioned, 2023 rates for 2024. Now, this yacht, the Cormorant 2 that I'm presenting right now, this is one of the newest yachts coming into the Galapagos. It's starting operation next month. It's a beautiful yacht. It's a catamaran, very stable, one of the most spacious yachts to sail in the Galapagos. It's a new edition of catamarans. We're featuring it as one of their general sales agents. So the Cormorant 2, I invite you, if you have guests that are high-end, to take advantage of early bird rates for 2024. Now, we also have cruises that last 5 nights, 6 and 7 nights. So we can give you the details on those, but we're just sharing, the bare bones here, and that you can look at them. All these rates are commissionable. This is the Cormorant 2. It's a gorgeous yacht. As you can see, floor-to-ceiling windows throughout, private balconies, very spacious cabins, appointed areas, and of course, world-class service as on all Galapagos yachts. Now, what I showed you initially were more in the luxury class category. Then we have a couple first-class yacht promotions, which are a little bit more budget friendly, if you want to say. And this is, for example, the Galaxy. It's a nice yacht, nevertheless, with good service. A little bit less frills. The Eco Galaxy, another beautiful yacht, catamaran, actually very stable, and again with some good promotional rates for if you want to take advantage for your guests to look at. Then here are some of the decor, the interior areas. The Anai, this is another nice yacht that offers 3, 4, and 7-night cruises, and some of our special rates for 2024 and 2023. And again, we can help you with all the conditions here. Now, the Origin, this is a nice first-class yacht. It's a Relais Chateau. Rates are from $9,933, and we can give you more details on promotions and other things, and other perks for booking the Origin. Again, a free transfer and a free hotel night are included. We're including that for all the yachts. So this gives you an idea, of the different yachts available. As you can see, there's more than 10 of them, very nicely appointed and available for your guests to book. So I think it's a good time to promote the Galapagos. You can see that there is enough availability on some dates, and you will be able to actually get a good return on your investment of creating a promotion, sending out a campaign on social media or even on the search engines. So here, this is the Aliyah. It's a 16-passenger guest yacht. And this one is a catamaran as well, with a hot tub on the sun deck, and it has private balconies in each cabin. Very spacious as well. The Passion, this is a beautiful monohull yacht. It was Italian built, refurbished in Ecuador. Offers 3, 4, and 7-night cruises. Now, what's nice is this: one of the staterooms has actually 2 bathrooms and a bathtub inside it. So it has that's the master suite. So it's a beautiful and well-appointed yacht with many lovely features, and of course, world-class service as well. The Endemic. This is one of the newer yachts as well in the Galapagos Islands, designed to meet the highest standards and hand-built in Ecuador with Ecuadorian carpenters, but putting in Ecuadorian designs throughout the entire yacht, as you can see here, with motifs of the Galapagos, private balconies in each cabin. The Ocean Spray, which is another catamaran in the Galapagos. Here are some of the dates for 2023. As you can see, there's still dates for the summer and for the end of the year. And of course, we're holding also 2023 rates for 2024 with bookings made until the end of May right now. And again, the interiors, it's a gorgeous yacht. The Petrel, this is also our operation. We have our staff on board. We are offering free transfers and a free hotel night with the Petrel for 2023 departures, and we're holding a special rate for 2024 departures being booked now. And again, the interiors, very large cabins, private balconies, hot tub on the sun deck, and nice outdoor areas. Then we have some ultra luxury options for your more demanding and VIP guests. We have the Aqua Mare from Aqua Expeditions, starting at $10,000 per person for a 7-night cruise. And we have certain, here's a list of some of the departures that still have availability. And we can offer these rates also for 2024. And this is an Italian design. It's one of the newer yachts in the Galapagos. There's a couple more luxury yachts coming up, like the Elite. This is also holding, we're holding 2023 rates, and we have some nice promotions with a free transfer and a free hotel night. And then you can find online availability at our portal, Galapagos Boutique Yachts. All the boats are listed there, and you have what's available online, and we can definitely talk about the rates. We're always open to help with commissions. As I mentioned, we start at 12% for travel agents, and then and we can definitely move on from there. Here's some random pictures of first class and luxury yachts that we have on our portals. Once again, the cruise routes. Now, we also have promotions for hotel-based guests in the Galapagos Islands. There's a new yacht, the Galaxy Daily. It has 7 different routes doing day trips from Santa Cruz Island. Day trips are starting at $240 per person. We have the Sea Finch, which is also a nice day trip yacht, starting at $323 with a capacity of 16 people. Actually, there was a mistake there. Now, the Windrose, which is a luxury, $380 per person, 7 different routes. We have the SEALION, $458 per person on a day trip. Now, some of these day trips include Bartolome, North Seymour, South Plaza, Santa Fe Island, beautiful locations. We have the Galapagos Hopper, which is $165 per person. And some of the itineraries that include the Galapagos Hopper offers are Espanol Island. This one departs out of San Cristobal Island. So there's several different routes. These are the airlines that actually fly in the Galapagos. LATAM, Avianca, and Equair. They all have business class category for your guests as well. For guests that are staying on the islands at a hotel and want to see more than one island, we do have inter-island transfers with MAJESTIC. This is a local airline where we take Cessna flights, and maximum 12 guests in each. And also, Latin Trails can help you with charters. We have a jet handling service in both in Santa Cruz and San Cristobal Island, but also in Ecuador, and we can help you charter flights throughout the region, South America as well. We have a contract with all the VIP rooms in Ecuador and in the Galapagos Islands for your guests to have all the comfort upon arrival and throughout. And that's a little bit about the Galapagos. Now, I do want to mention one of the best ways to get to the Galapagos is to come in through Quito and spend a few days in this beautiful city. As you can see, it has a Spanish Andalusian style in its old town. It's one of the biggest and best preserved old towns in South America. But we also have a little bit more modern buildings like the Basilica, which is a great representation of Andean Gothic style. It is actually one of the largest cathedral. Well, it's not the cathedral itself, but it's one of the largest churches in the region, and only second to Notre Dame in Paris. It's actually almost a replica. Then we have the middle of the world, which is right, gives the name right to our country. The equator line, where you can actually stand on both sides of the equator. And this is a quick visit from Quito as well as going through the Avenue of Volcanoes, visiting the Cotopaxi volcano or the indigenous markets called Totobalo. Now in Quito, we have a small hotel, Ila Experience Hotel. This is part of our collection, our private collection. This is our main patio. It's a restored colonial mansion in the old town of Quito. It's located in the San Marcos neighborhood. Now, Ila has 10 rooms only. Everything inside Ila is handmade. To give an example, we have this design here behind the bed. Well, these designs were actually picked from the ceilings of the different churches around Quito, and we toned it down to a representation of that and had the carpenter take this design and put it in every room. So it's not the same design for every room, actually just one design per floor. So this is the kind of attention to detail and story behind everything that is at the hotel. Here we have one of our contemporary suites. And from Ila, it being a 5-star hotel, it's right in the location of the old town. But the real stars are our neighbors. Now, Ila offers unique experiences with the local neighbors of San Marcos neighborhood. For example, Miss Gladys, she'll teach you how to make a local dessert, or Miss Olga will teach you how to weave a straw hat. Or you can take watercolor lessons on the rooftop with Mr. Jerry Reynoso. All these activities are included for guests. Now, Ila has also a nice restaurant called Inés, which rescues grandmother recipes from all around Ecuador with Chef Juan Carlos Donoso. And together with Juan Carlos, we've created a project called Nest that's starting this June. It's going full-fledged now. At Nest, we invite young talent from all around Ecuador to accept a scholarship and join us at Inés Restaurant. It's sponsored by Ila, Latin Trails, and Inés. And we offer them a salary, full board, all their meals, and a scholarship to study with our chef, Juan Carlos Donoso. Juan Carlos has been at several Michelin star restaurants around the world. And these young talents that we're inviting are from rural communities from all around Ecuador. They already know how to cook, of course, but they are here to perfection technique, learning how to manage a restaurant. And every 6 months, we have 2 interns staying with us. After 2 years, we choose the best of them, and we will build a restaurant in one of the communities. All this is part of the Latin Trails project, and Nests is one of our main things. Now, I invite you to contact us for bookings. We're happy to help you at travel@latintrails.com or through our website. We're based in Ecuador. We have our feet underground here. This is our main office, but we do have operational offices throughout the rest of South America. Feel free to contact us at any time, and we can help you with the booking of the cruise for your guests. You just let us know the dates, their preferences, the amount of time they have, and we will find the right yacht for them with special promotional rates available as well. We're going to share this presentation with everyone at the end. And if you have any questions or you want us to answer, I'm happy to help out with that.
Marcel, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Encouraging our audience now to ask questions and send those in. Use the Q&A box down at the bottom of the screen. That will give you the ability to ask any questions that you might have. Marcel, I know you can see those as well. So let's see. Shall we start at the top?
Yes, absolutely. Of course.
Okay.
What is our rate of commission? Well, for travel agents, we start at 12%, and then we can, we can definitely, we can negotiate that and help agents that have worked with us quite a few times. We can offer definitely something a little bit better at that. there's a question actually that it says if we're a member of Virtuoso. Well, we've applied for Virtuoso. We were a bit short of meeting the sales quota to join, but we do have the references. We work with a lot of Virtuoso agents throughout, but not just Virtuoso, Ensemble and Signature and other consortia as well, like Traveler Made, which is also a luxury consortia. We're part of the House of Beyond, which is from Pure. And we attend the ILTM luxury travel market. So we are very involved in the luxury travel segment. Now, having said that, we will be reapplying next year because we work with a lot of Virtuoso agents, and we can also offer the Virtuoso amenities or the amenities from any consortia. I have another question from Eric Cohen. Do we have a programming or guide specifically for multi-generational families, which include young children, 5 to 8 years old, and as well as teenagers? Well, actually, yes, we do. There are several departures throughout the summer that have this type of program on different yachts. I wouldn't say on a specific yacht because there's quite a few yachts that have the possibility of catering to families, especially during the summer. The months of July and August are known for family travelers throughout the Galapagos. A good thing about those months for younger travelers is that they will encounter other kids also as part of their trip, and they can make friends. So that's one thing that is taken into account. And not only guides are taken into account on some of the boats, but also programs, like Little Bubbles. I think that's the specific name for it, where we have snorkeling lessons or actually photography lessons for children, different activities and special menus, of course, where we're happy to make some pizza or hot dogs on a gourmet style, but also, children-friendly recipes. I have another question. It says, David Oppenheim wants to know if we can handle a group with a focus on photography. Absolutely. Absolutely. We do have photography departures. We have guides that are specialized in photography. And of course, usually photography groups go on a charter basis because we adapt the schedule to have those golden hours, as the specific times for, travelers to be on and off the boat at those times, and go a little bit slower so they can, really work out those DSLR cameras and everything. And so, yes, definitely we can focus on photography. Now, can the smaller yachts be chartered? All yachts in the Galapagos just have to find availability. Now, for a charter, you're looking at a window of 12 months in advance for most of the yachts. So that's one thing you have to take into account. We can definitely, if you contact us, we can send you which states are available for charter, which yachts are available for charter. And the good thing about chartering, usually for every 15 paid guests, there is a discount of one guest on airlines and on the yacht. So you're also getting the suites included in the charter price at the same price as the lower, not lower deck cabins, but as the standard cabins on most yachts. So we can definitely help you with that. How do seniors in a group get from snorkel back up into the ship? Actually, all the Zodiacs in Galapagos have ladders. So you actually do not snorkel directly from the ship, but you snorkel from the beach or from the Zodiac. And there is assistance getting back into the Zodiac, actually. We were in the Galapagos last week with my kids and their grandparents. We went out to Genovesa and we did a lot of snorkeling. And their grandparents are well in their 70s and 80s. And they had a great time. So there is areas in the Galapagos where there's less current, where there's easy snorkeling sites. And of course, we have the Zodiacs always in the water next to our guests to help them out, if they feel uneasy at any moment. It's a very enriching activity for all ages. Now I have a question from David. I will be traveling with 6 to 8 clients. Do you offer mixed fam and FIT pricing for agents and the clients? Yes, we do. Yes, we do, David. We're happy to help you out with that. We would be able to offer a fam rate or even depending on the boat, it could be even better than that. So we can get in contact internally, and then we'll just send that out a proposal to you. Definitely we do that, and we're happy that you're considering to come down as well, because the best way agents can sell the Galapagos is seeing it for themselves. So we do now, apart from the promos and everything we've mentioned here, we do have special rates for fam trips to offer to our agents, and we're very happy to work with you and help you out with anything.
Well, Marcel, thank you. This has been fantastic. And I've been recording, and I know we just talked about being able to get all this information out to advisors. I know you do have a little bit of space available yet this year, but I would imagine with demand coming back like it is now, it's the time to get 2024 booked is now, correct?
Absolutely. It's the best time to start booking because you have to take into account that, airline rates go up as time advances as well. So it's best to book in advance. You secure the boat you want, you secure the hotels you want, you get the best programs, and what your guests really want to see. And that's what the Galapagos is about, creating a unique experience. And of course, if you have somebody that's deciding at the last moment, we can definitely help with that. It's a bit more of a challenge in the sense it's like a puzzle because, all the boats that I've mentioned, they all take FIT bookings. You can charter them out as well, but if they're not chartered and there's FIT bookings, there's one space here or there. But, if you have a group of 6, or if you have a family of 8, it's going to be hard to find availability this year. But I mean, we can definitely help you with that. And we'll that's what we're here for. To look into all the boats and see which one has availability, negotiate a good price for you, and offer a commission, of course, so that you can, because we're all running a business, and we can definitely help you out with that. And of course, offer a custom program around Ecuador, or combining the Galapagos with Ecuador, with Peru, or with Colombia, or any other country in South America, where we can offer additional services.
All right, terrific. Well, I'm excited to be working with you again in a couple of weeks. We're going to go and do a deep dive, I think, into Quito, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yep, looking forward to that. But for now, I think that's all I wanted to mention. And if you have anything else you want to mention before we say goodbye?
Well, no, I want to thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I really hope that, this is useful information. We're going to be sharing all these details. And we actually have a larger sheet with availability and a list of all the dates and everything, so you can look into it just in case you have any last minute requests. But otherwise, 2024 is open for bookings. We're even taking bookings for 2025. Rates are negotiable there, but we definitely could do that. And I want to invite you, as Lee said, we have an upcoming webinar. It's a deep dive into Quito. A beautiful city. We're going to go into the back streets and all the off the beaten path activities you can find there, and tell you why it's the perfect complement to a Galapagos trip. So there's so many things to do in Quito, and I'm going to be sharing all of them in detail, and of course a little bit more. So thank you again for joining us today. Look forward to hearing from you, and happy bookings.
All right. With that, we'll say good day to everyone and conclude the webinar. Goodbye now. Thanks again, Marcel. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.